Hi, I'm Jerry Rosenberg from Jacksonville, Florida, and I had a liver transplant at the Mayo Clinic on May 7th, 2017, and I'm very excited to be here at the Transplant Games of America in Salt Lake City. This is my first time, of course, being involved in anything like this. I've really gotten involved in trading pins with people from all the different places, and it's been very exciting. My story started basically on April 5th of 2017. I felt like I was in the best shape of my life, 188 pounds, walking 8 to 10 miles a day. I'd been in London for a few weeks, walking even further than that every day, out in Las Vegas on a trip with my brother walking, and just doing great. And then all of a sudden on April 5th, I left on a cruise for Bermuda and England, Ireland, and France. And we were 5 hours late leaving due to a bomb threat. And that night I said to my cousin, hey, it's so late, 9:30 at night, let's just go to the buffet. Not thinking the food had been out for 5 hours, and I got food poisoning. And my liver, which I never knew I had a problem with, could not process the food poisoning. And I remember going to the infirmary the next morning. I was really sick, and they called my brother, and I spoke to him, and I said, they're putting me off the ship Sunday in Bermuda. And he of course said, hey, I'll come meet you in Bermuda, meet you in Atlanta, wherever I need to meet you to help you get home. And the next thing I knew, I woke up what turned out to be the following Tuesday, 5 days later, on an air ambulance landing in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, to take me to Cleveland Clinic. I never spoke to my brother again. I was in a total coma. I was at Bermuda Hospital, don't even remember being there, and they told my brother that I had no chance of survival there, and my chance of survival was about half of 1% if he did get an air ambulance and brought me back. And he said, I just want to get him home. And when they thought I would die going down through the altitude, it actually woke me up, and that's when I woke up landing, and it was just such a miracle. I ended up at Cleveland Clinic, and my brother was there to meet me and was just there with me every moment of the time. And about 10 days later, when I was able to travel, I wanted to come home to Mayo Clinic since it's 15 minutes from home. And Mayo Clinic saw me as an outpatient. Then when I got too sick, they put me in. And on the Thursday before my transplant, they told my brother if I had it that day, I wasn't strong enough and I would die. The next day my heart was strong enough, and they put me on a list that Friday, and by 3 o'clock Sunday afternoon they had a liver. I had a MELD score of 39 out of 40. I didn't even know that I was having a liver transplant until my brother told me the next day that it was all behind me. And recovery was slow but strong, and I've started back traveling. I've had a few hiccups in the road with rejection, and the worst thing is gaining weight on the steroids, but other than that one hiccup, I'm doing really great. And now I'm trying to do volunteer work at Mayo Clinic, and I'm very involved in the support groups there, telling people whatever you have to do to get through it, life is so much better after transplant, and just trying to give love and encouragement everywhere I can. And that pretty much sums it up until I arrived in Salt Lake City and was met with so much love from people all over the world. And I'm telling you, this has just been the greatest experience, and I thank you for allowing me to share my story.